Okay, so here I have my strawberry in Substance Painter. So if you want to texture these using the stylize, right? Again, as mentioned, these need to be color mode only. Okay, so all the rest can be turned off. But if you need to be using like normal or height map, then this can be turned on. Okay, so again, I'm going to start with the empty layer, right? So there's nothing here. Now you have an option to create like fill layer or just an empty layer. Okay, now just like in Photoshop, right, if you create an empty layer, okay, you can then paint this. Okay, let's turn on or turn off the height rather. Okay, as per normal. Okay, but again, but if you're using as a base mesh, right, you probably need to start with the fill layer, okay, because it will kind of fill up the color for you. Okay, so again, turn off everything, you don't need that, right? And from here we can kind of like adjust the color, right? So I'm just going to do like a very simple one, right? And again, everything's filled up with red. Okay, now on top of that, right, we're going to create some dot or some spot, because strawberry have some spot, and in this case, right, we can apply some height on normal, so then like the bump will go inside a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to make sure like the height is set to be negative value, so it will go inside. Okay, because if it's set to 0, then nothing will happen there. Okay, so you have to put the negative value, then you can like apply there. Okay, so that's my dot, right? Like that. Okay, like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna do roughly so you get an idea, right? Maybe I can turn off the color. See, yeah. So this is also can be renamed. So this is my bump. Okay, and at the same time, you can also like paint the shadow or the other color, right? So maybe I want to turn off the normal and the height. I want to switch to different color, and from here I can use my wacom to kind of like paint, right? Well, I mean, yeah, you can use a wacom. Okay, then paint. Okay, so I'm using mouse right now. So, but for you, you try to paint like nicely. Okay, also can change the opacity, right? So it's not too dark, right? I can also apply like this kind of pattern, so it looks much nicer. Right, just double click the brush, so there's plenty for you to choose, right, like that. Okay, so it look really nice. Okay, so this is testing your painting skill. Okay, I'm gonna change that to base color. Okay, I call this like, I don't know, color 2, right? And again, on top of that, you can create highlight for it, right? Highlight. Then for this highlight, I'm going to choose like a lighter color, right? And from there, I can try to paint around this. Maybe I need to switch to material and maybe paint, yeah, paint nicely. All right, so I'm just showing like a lousy job of painting, but you should do it nicely. Okay, and again from here you can like adjust it. Okay, and like that. Okay, now the problem with this is that the body and the leaf are all red. Okay, so what we want is just the body of the strawberry to be red. So same thing like in Photoshop, so you have to make a separate group. Okay, so in here you can also create a group. Okay, so these are supposed to be the strawberry body. Then you can press Ctrl G to put in a group, right? And I can call this like strawberry. Okay, so the principle is that we going to use the masking system. So I'm not sure if you are familiar okay, in Photoshop. So the masking is pretty much the same. So let's say I'm going to make a new document. right? And I create. So maybe I'm gonna, oh, I can use this one. I'm gonna make a new layer. So basically, right. So whatever is white, it will be shown. Whatever is black, then it will not be shown. So if I have mask here, right, I should be able to kind of like see what's behind. So only I can see like this thing, all right, based on whatever mask that I'm putting in. So it's the same principle of what you have in Photoshop, but it'll be available also in Substance Painter. Okay, so I'm going back to Substance, right? So again, I'm going to mask just the body area of the strawberry, and I leave the leaf for a different portion. Okay, so you can right click here, right, and you can apply black or white mask, right, because you can always invert. So if I apply black mask, right, okay, so everything's like disappear. Okay, everything is covered. So what I want is I want to select like faces, right, that are supposed to be part of the body. So one of the tools is that you can use this polygon fill. Okay, so you can select triangle, or you can select faces, or if you can select object and also UV. Okay, now if I select faces with this thing onto white, okay, I can see, right? So it's kind of telling Substance to, hey, this portion of the face, right, is basically part of the strawberry body, okay, except for this thing on the top. Okay, I can also select triangle. So this is what triangle do, only like half of the polygon. Okay, if I switch this to black, it will do the other way. So right here, I can deselect. So that's basically what the masking system do. Okay, in the course of using Substance Painter, you are going to be using this masking system at all times, right? So all the material here, they use the masking system. Okay, now the third one, right, it will fill the color with whatever object that are being selected or being filled out. So in this case, I think the leaf and the body are separate objects. So if I click this body with this thing on, right, they will fill up the body, okay, entirely, right? So something that you can also try with the strawberry, right? So if I want to deselect it or make it black, I just put this all the way to black and then click that. Okay, so it's a very handy tool. Now the last one is based on UV. So if I press F2, F3, where's my, oh yeah, F1, sorry. So this is my UV. So this is the UV for the body, and this is the UV for the leaf, right? So by having this thing on or selected, right, and make this all the way to white, right, it will fill up whatever UV they are selected, right? So if I want to make sure this UV red, just move your mouse and click that, right? So it will fill up the entire UV map basically, okay, with whatever you have created here. Okay, and again, if you need to create the leaf, you make new base mesh, right? Sorry, a base color, and then like turn everything off, right? I think this one is supposed to be green, right? And then make sure it's inside the group, right? Make sure it's black mask because we don't want the body to be a part of the green color. And you can even choose this or that, okay, whatever works for you. Okay, so I want to choose the UV, and like bam. So that's how you get the color quickly. And again, from here you need to kind of like build up, right? You have to make a new layer, and then you change the layer to color picker, something darker. Then you kind of like painting, right? Now because the UV is stacked on top of another, then the leaf texture will all be the same. so it will not be unique as per se, right? So all these leaf will be the same leaf texture. Okay. Anyway, so you finish. Okay, assuming that you finish, then you want to export these back to Maya, right? So you go to File, and you go to Export Texture, right? And you choose the folder for it, right? And this is my folder, right? And there is the file format, and it's also the resolution. Okay, so I usually export as 2K, right? And make sure the config, right, is set to Redshift Metal Rough. Now again, there is a bunch of options for you to export, right? I think the roughness, because it's empty, it'll be black, and metallic also will be black. Okay, so what we need to be concerning is about the diffuse and the normal map. Okay, so that's the two things that we need to export. Okay, this one, don't worry, just don't do anything else, right? Because you may mess up the configuration here. Okay, so this is what we are using right now. Okay, diffuse, normal. We're missing the height map, but let's just use normal for now, right? So export. Everything's okay. It's 2K. It's JPEG for now, right? So if you want better quality, then you want to export as TIFF. Okay, this is JPEG right now. JPEG 2K, diffuse, normal is there. Okay, so export it. Okay, everything's good. Go back to Maya. Close this, and you can apply this using your material as per normal. Right, so I'm going to be using my Redshift. Okay, go to File. Then this is my strawberry. Right, and there you go. So that's how you import the texture back to Maya. Okay,